Okay, I did it. I went and saw Cloverfield. I know, the movie everyone's talking about and everything. And a friend of mine asked me last night if I wanted to go, and I said, oh, yeah, sure, okay. So we went, yeah. I know, everyone has their own opinion about it, and everyone's talking about what they think about it, and so I'm going to tell what I thought about it too. But first of all, you have to understand my perspective. That when I went in the movie theater, I sat down next to this really big guy. I mean, really big guy. Who just reeked of mildew. I mean, hugely reeked of mildew. I do not know how it happened. He had to have that shirt in the washing machine for like 5 or 6 days at least before he pulled that out and wore it. I swear, oh, it was horrendous. I couldn't even believe it. And I didn't move at first because I had a good seat, I had a good view of the screen and stuff. And I thought to myself, you know, the smell will go away. I'll get used to it in a few minutes. It won't matter. It didn't go away. It just stayed there, reeking and reeking. My nose did not get used to it at all. It was that bad. And the worst thing was, every 5 minutes or so, he would sniff himself, like he was trying to find out where the smell was coming from. And about every 10 minutes, he would actually sniff under his arms, you know, like with when no one was looking. And I wanted to just say, yeah, it's you. Yeah, that smell is you. But I didn't. I didn't say that. I mean, you know, I don't know where this guy is coming from. You know, I don't know what his home life is. I mean, he was an adult. I mean, very obviously an adult. But, you know, I don't know. And I don't know what was he going to do. Like, leave the theater? He'd paid for the ticket and he had his kid with him. Yeah, he also brought a 7-year-old to the movie. Maybe the kid was 9. I don't think so. Yeah, he's sitting there in the seat next to him. I'm thinking, who brings a kid to this movie? It wasn't that bad for a kid, actually, as horror movies go, you know. It wasn't really a horror movie, per se, you know. I mean, maybe the guy had seen it already before and thought he'd bring his kid. Maybe he was wearing the same shirt. I don't know. But, anyway, about midway through the movie, I actually had to get up and go over and sit in another seat. The thing about the movie is, it's not really a monster movie. It's a disaster flick. The city is under the effects of the disaster du jour. It's a tornado, earthquake, superfire, volcano, whatever it is. And the story focuses on the people trapped in it trying to get out in a world gone mad, topsy-turvy. The ship's upside down, we have to go through this weird little world now that used to be normal and familiar and now is not. The monster is really nothing more than another natural disaster. Maybe from outer space, maybe not, that's not covered. There's really no questions about the monster answered at all. I mean, there are a few things about the monster that are different than an earthquake, of course, or a lava flow, but basically it's just a disaster. Instead of worrying about where the next aftershock is going to come and which building is going to crumble there or which section of the subway the new lava flow is going to come down, it's where the monster is going to step. Where's its footprint going to come down? That's about it. Which area other things related to the monster are going to happen, and that's it. That's what the monster is for. Now, the fact that it's a monster makes it more interesting than a tornado or an earthquake, per se, because we've all seen those. But that's about it. It's a disaster flick. And if you like disaster flicks, you know, earthquakes, Poseidon Adventure, stuff like that, you'll probably like this movie. You know, otherwise, there's not a lot about the monster. There's not a lot of alien stuff going on, really. I mean, I know people are going to say, oh, but there is some. There's a little bit, but not a lot. It's a disaster flick. And the people are trying to struggle through it. Now, it's been compared to the Blair Witch Project, and the only reason for that is because of the way it was filmed, with one handheld camera, which really annoyed me. That did. The style it was filmed in really bothered me. And one of the guys in the group that was seeing it actually got really affected. He was dizzy, he had to lay against the wall, and to sit down on the floor. The filming style just way knocked him out. And it affected me a little bit like that, too. Made me dizzy and kind of sick to my stomach, but not as bad as him. And he was out of it. But if you don't like that kind of style of filming, then don't go see the movie. It is all that way, and that was kind of annoying. Aside from the fact it made me dizzy, it's an annoying way to film something. It just is. Stop it. I don't know. I think it would have been better not filmed like that. That's just my personal opinion. One thing that annoyed me very, very much, and this really isn't a spoiler, in the beginning of the movie, in the credits even, they tell you where the tape was found. So that as our heroes run around with the camera, doing stuff, going on, when they get to a certain point, you know they're not going to escape right now, because we know the camera was not found here. We know where the camera was found. And so throughout the whole movie, since you know where the camera was found, that kind of spoils a lot of the movie for you. They didn't need to tell us where the tape was found. Anyway, that's my take on Cloverfield the movie, and that's what I thought about it. If you'd like to tell me what you thought about it, that'd be great. By all means, post it in the comments down there. That'd be great. Love to hear from you. But You know, I know that I said that the monster wasn't covered much at all, and it really wasn't. There are some things about the disaster that matter about the monster. The monster has there are some things that are monster specific to the disaster, but they're very small. There are very, very few of them, so that's about it. So all in all, I would say it was definitely worth the price of a matinee ticket. Yeah, don't really go pay full price unless you really like disaster flicks. But if you like disaster flicks, fine, you know. But otherwise, just, you know, wait for the matinee. It's a good movie, though. Oh, yeah. All right, talk to you later. Bye.